You see the little shit going. That's a video. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Triple D Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois officially calls out Deontay Wilder. He says after Joe Joyce, he wants to take on Deontay Wilder if that's a possible fight, given that Wilder loses to Tyson Fury. Now, we all know that Frank Warren, his promoter, has already went out and said that he would like to make that fight happen. He would like to make that Wilder's next fight to keep Wilder in the loop. And it would be a good fight, okay? Because that would be exactly where I want Wilder to be, okay? Because, see, here's the thing. If Wilder loses again, I don't want Wilder to quit. I don't want to see this man go out like Michael Grant or guys that once they were beaten, then all of a sudden they got to leave the sport and can't save face and all that. I don't want to see Wilder like that. I still want to see Wilder redeem himself. I still want to see Wilder in there with other fighters. Just because he couldn't beat Tyson Fury doesn't mean he couldn't beat these other guys. Now, saying that to say this, Daniel Dubois now wants Deontay Wilder after already co-signing from Frank Warren. My counterpunch is, beware Daniel Dubois, Triple D, simply because you already have a fight that's on postponement of Joe Joyce, another undefeated fighter, another fighter that it's do or die with that fighter, another Frank Warren fighter, another hungry fighter. Sure, he's slower, but guess what? It's not like this guy has ever tasted defeat like yourself. So for you looking at a guy that has another fight and you have another fight, I think it's premature to be calling out Deontay Wilder right now, because like I said about Anthony Joshua, and like I say about any other fighter, if you take your focus and you take your eye off the ball, the ball could slap you straight in the face, okay? You have to keep your eye on the ball, okay? And Daniel Dubois, I know people in quarantine, I know their brain and their thoughts are all over the place because literally their ass can't go anywhere else but in the perimeters of your house, right? Or in certain smaller places with no one. There's no one really to talk to. So I can understand you're thinking out of the box real quick, but mental focus is paramount with boxing. So with Daniel Dubois calling out Deontay Wilder, I feel that let's back up, pump the brakes a little bit on Wilder. Not saying it wouldn't be a bad fight. You know what I mean? Because we don't know how mentally Deontay Wilder will really be if he gets beat by Tyson Fury again. If he gets beat by Tyson Fury and Al Heyman okays it, that means Al Heyman as a promoter or advisor has thrown him to the wolves. Okay, that's what that means. That means, well, hey, you know, we got you a good fight with him. You fought Fury twice. Let's see you take this young guy out and let's see you redeem yourself. But in actuality, he's saying, we don't give a shit if you lose again. That's why we're putting you into a match with a dangerous, young, hungry fighter that never tasted defeat. That's if he gets past Joe Joyce. But you can't overlook Joe Joyce. You just can't do it. And it's not healthy to do so. Okay, you're looking at Wilder, and everyone wants a piece of Wilder, like, you know, you know what I mean? Like the guy is just like he's chopped liver now. Okay, he has to fight Tyson Fury again, so that's done. Everybody wants to call out Wilder. You're wasting your mental energy, honestly. Okay, because for one, if Wilder wins, he's not going to fight Daniel Dubois anyway. I don't know who he will fight after that. Maybe another soft touch. We don't know. You know what I mean? Because I think what Wilder will do, he will be comfortable by getting his belt back, you know, and if the WBC doesn't make him fight Dillian White, he's going to take someone easy, okay, a voluntary or whatever, you know. I don't know how that'll go because we've seen this type of shit happen before, but I think Wilder won't fight someone like Triple D, you know, so it sounds good, you know. Again, you're supposed to be confident calling out people and such. But I think, you know, he has a tough enough task in front of him with Joe Joyce. Now, if he can rip through Joe Joyce, I would congratulate and welcome all the call outs, you know, and putting people on Front Street that you want to fight them. I get that at that point, because then there's nothing else for you to do. But as of now, for Daniel Dubois, he's a strong young prospect, if not the best prospect heavyweight-wise that we have, right? But he still has to prove he's the best prospect we have when he beats Joe Joyce, okay? So you can't talk about Deontay Wilder, an ex-champ, mind you, before you beat Joe Joyce. You know, that's only right. That's respecting the mentality and the steps of things, honestly, when you do that. Because then you won't have to worry about, oh, damn, I'm worried about Wilder, but you got a guy right in front of you that is ready to rip your head off. And I think people take their eyes off that guy right in front of them, that ball. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Daniel Dubois calling out Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in a possible fight if he gets past Joe Joyce and if Deontay Wilder loses to Tyson Fury. So there's a lot of ifs. Let me know again. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.